US Vice President JD Vance has told Europe to take Donald Trump seriously about taking control of Greenland. The US president has repeatedly stated his desire to own the Danish territory for reasons of national security. Here's what Vance had to say.
What has the president said? Number one, Greenland is really important, not just to America's missile defense, but to the world's missile defense. Number two, we know that there are hostile adversaries that have shown a lot of interest in that particular territory, that particular slice of the world. So what we're asking our European friends to do is to take the security of that landmass more seriously, because if they're not, the United States is going to have to do something about it. What that is, I'll leave that to the president as we continue to engage.
Well, Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni says she doesn't believe the US will use military force to seize the island. She called for a stronger NATO presence in the Arctic, warning any American move on Greenland would have major implications for the alliance. The US capture of Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro has rekindled concerns about its intentions towards Greenland. Tom Hoyem is a former minister for Greenland within the Danish government. Welcome to DW. The head of NATO's forces in Europe says the alliance is far from being in a crisis, but adds we're ready to defend every inch of territory. Military action by the US would put NATO in a crisis, wouldn't it?
NATO is in a crisis. This whole discussion is incredible. It's incredible by two reasons. Mr. Trump is actually asking for more military in the Arctic area, and both Denmark and Greenland, we say, yes, 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 we think the same. But don't forget the history. I have personally, as a minister for Greenland, negotiated in Pentagon with the defense ministry. And at that time, that was in the 80s, we decided, that means United States and Denmark, we decided to halve, listen and be astonished, to halve the Thule Air Base. They had originally, many years ago, 30,000 soldiers now. Now they have 150. Yes, both Denmark and certainly also United States, they have totally misunderstood the role in the Arctic area, and first now it's understood. And we, Denmark, we have already used billions of euro to military, and it is richtig, it is correct. The Arctic area is really a center of security and a risky zone. And that is the reason that the acting of Mr. Rutte, that the NATO has until now done absolutely nothing. That is, well, I use a polite word, it's a scandal. But the other reason that the whole situation is incredible is that Mr. Trump has also said he would like to use the minerals in Greenland. And we, Denmark and Greenland, we say, yes, 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 please. We would like American investment in this area. So the whole situation is incredible, but especially the role of NATO is, embarrassing for the time being.
Well, at the moment, there are going to be US talks next week with Denmark, but opposition leaders in Greenland want direct talks with Washington. That's not possible, of course, under Greenland's arrangements with Denmark. But isn't this where it's headed, a push for independence so Greenland can take issues into its own hands?
But please understand how it is. We are together in the Kingdom of Denmark. And since 2009, there has been the possibility for Greenland to be completely alone if that is what they want. But that is not what they want, and it is especially not what they want now after the action from the United States and Mr. Trump, because the Greenlandic people, they are members of the ICC, the Inuit Circumpolar Conference. That means they know precisely how the Inuits in Siberia, and in Alaska and in Canada, how they are treated. That means they have close contact with Inuit in the other countries. The more Mr. Trump is trying to push and to even threaten, the more Greenland and Denmark will stand together. And yes, there will be a meeting, and I'm happy for that there will be this meeting, but that's Denmark and the Greenland politicians who together have said to the administration in the United States that we would like to have such a meeting, and now it will take place. I'm not as young as I have been, but I have a lot of experience with all this, and I am astonished how unprepared the administration in the United States is. They repeat and repeat completely false information, telling things which astonish everybody who has done just a little experience with this issue. But first of all, my point here is, where is Mark Rutte? His whole NATO, where he's the General Secretary, is falling apart for the time being. And the individual countries like Germany, like France, like United Kingdom, and Italy and so on, they have supported Denmark, Greenland, yes, but that should certainly not be necessary. We are members of the same club. We are in NATO, and the General Secretary of NATO should act, and he should, of course, now suggest how we could, in NATO, have more security in the Arctic area, how Denmark, Greenland, and United States and the rest of NATO can do this together. That's his job. He's not doing that. However, I hope that the meeting next week will de-escalate the situation, which has been nearly absurd for the last weeks. And I hope that adult people will sit around the table and talk about the substance, because in the substance, there are not differences. So it should be possible to find a solution together.
Okay, Tom Hoyem, former Minister for Greenland in the Danish government, thank you very much for being on DW today.
All the best.